Peace and blessings. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. I'm recording directly from my laptop, and before, when I've done a video, it was very faint. So I'm trying to speak up. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear clearly everything that I'm saying. The point of my video today is simply to talk about the new year and New Year's resolutions. Now, if you are viewing this and you're someone who is part of the Black conscious or Kemetic conscious Pan African community, you may say, or maybe other people may say, this is not the real New Year. So why would you have a New Year's resolution? Why would you do a video on the New Year? I live in Ohio, which is in the U.S., which is a westernized society. So, all I have ever known is this Gregorian calendar year. I'm aware of the original New Year, the ancient New Year. I'm aware that today is not actually December 31st, 2016. However, there are millions of people, even billions of people, who practice and use this calendar year. So there is power behind it. There's power behind the numbers. So that is why I am doing a video. That is why I'm, choosing to make a New Year's resolution for a couple different reasons. 2016. From a numerology standpoint, that stands for the number 9. 9 is a number of ending. So this is the end, not only the end of a year, but an end of a chapter, end of a cycle. So 2016 stands for the number 1. When you break it down, it's the number 1, which means beginnings. So of course, the beginning of a new year, beginning of a new era, beginning of a new chapter, and for me, it means a beginning of a new slate, a clean slate, beginning of a new mind frame. And everybody keeps talking about how 2016 was such a horrible and tragic year, and I guess from the standpoint of watching the news and stuff, it was. For me personally, it was not a negative year for me. However, it was a year of learning. The last year I have returned back to the workforce of having a 9 to 5 job, and it has been a challenge. It has been something that part of me has enjoyed, but most of me has not enjoyed, because I do have a 2-year-old child, and my desire had always been that once I did have a child, I would be a stay-at-home mom or a work-from-home mom. So I have spent 2016 beating myself up a lot of the year and wishing that I had got my business back to where it was supposed to be, that I didn't have to accept the job offer when it came. However, because of the choices that I made, I put myself in a position where I did have to accept that job. And it has been beneficial to me in the terms of, one, I've been able to comfortably pay all my bills and, have the additional things that I need and I want. And then also I've learned a lot in the job. I've learned a lot about the mind frame of the people here in Columbus, and the things that we are lacking in, specifically what is called the Black community, our melanated people. We are we are lacking in terms of how we feel about ourselves, self-esteem, the knowledge that we have or lack thereof, support systems. A lot of people that I've come in contact with at the current job that I'm at are usually between the ages 14 and up, because there's a high school there, and we also work with people who are on government cash assistance. And it's very interesting to see the lack of community, the lack of support systems that people have that allow them to be in the situations of the people that I've been coming in contact with at my job. So anyways, back to my original point of the video, which is to talk about my New Year's resolution. So over always I have known about what is called the law of attraction, and I've read about it, watched videos about it, understood it. I felt like, in a certain sense, I'm a vibrational match to that line of thinking or way of thinking, and I agree with it. However, I still was having a lot of challenges, personal challenges, and so I kind of you know, threw all that type of thinking or information to the side. And for whatever reason, the last month or so, last maybe 2 months, I've stumbled back into it. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube, honestly, and that law of attraction information has resurfaced, along with I think the biggest thing that I've learned is gratitude. And I've always, you hear that in church, you hear that in other, lines of whatever. I don't know. But really, I don't know, it's just finally really clicking for me. So gratitude is one of the things that I plan on practicing every day, and have already started to practice. So every day, my goal is to wake up and have gratitude for everything, not just the big things, not just the fact that, oh, my bills are paid or whatever, but gratitude for the fact that even beyond the situation of how I had my son, and the relationship in regards to me and his father, I'm still so happy to have my son. I love him so much, and he brings me so much joy. So that gratitude there, gratitude for the fact that right now I'm standing in my bedroom and I'm looking out my window, and I am enjoying the view. I'm grateful for the current view that I have, and if I turn this camera around, you guys may not think that the view is that great, but right now for me, it's something that I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see this view of these trees with the leaves falling off. I'm happy for the fact that there's a decent sized yard for my son to be able to go outside and play in. So gratitude. Practicing gratitude is one of the things that I plan on doing in the new year. Also, being present, and present in each and every moment. So present in the moment right now of doing this YouTube video. As I'm doing it, I'm trying not to look at myself in the corner, trying not to be too paranoid about how I look, or the fact that I keep moving around because I'm standing while I do this video, and just really be present in the information that I'm trying to share with you. So each and every moment, I'm trying to learn to be present. So, and being present can allow you to not experience so much stress. So, in a moment where maybe you're in public and your child is, acting a fool, as you might say, or, not behaving well, be really present in the moment and understand, okay, what's going on with your child at that moment? Are they hungry? Are they tired? Or is it just simply they want whatever they're seeing on the shelf? And then it will allow you to assess and handle that situation versus just instantly getting upset. Or a lot of times I have anxiety in public and almost get embarrassed when my son starts acting up, and feel like people are probably judging me, like, oh no, she can't control her child. Okay, he's 2 years old. What do you expect? So being present and not worrying about what's going on outside of you, but what's currently going on right now with you, and in that instance, your child. And or if you're in an argument with someone, I had this experience a couple of days ago where someone lashed out at me and said, um, it wasn't necessarily hurtful, but unnecessary stuff to me, and I lashed right back out at the person. However, after I thought about it, is had I chose to really be present in the moment, I could have really assessed the situation and known that this person was saying what they were saying because they were feeling inadequate about something. I'm not going to go into details because it's none of your business, but it's something that I was able to look back and think, oh, okay, had I been present and waited instead of instantly reacted, waited, thought about it, and then responded, it would have been a total different situation versus I allowed myself to get frustrated and instantly lash back out. So, um, being present in the moment. Another thing, along with being present in the moment, is in that situation of frustration, whatever the frustration may be. A lot of times, people, I do believe, okay, breathe, stop whatever you were about to say or do, and just breathe. And a lot of times, we instantly close our eyes. No, you want to keep your eyes open. Look around, be present. Like I said, observe everything. Even if it's, if you're in your car and you have to pull over for a second, or you're already at a stoplight or a stop sign or whatever, just look around you and be present in the moment and concentrate on your breathing and focus. And you'll notice how there's a instant calm that comes over you when you do that. And a lot of times I've noticed, for me personally, I only speak for myself, is when I close my eyes when I'm trying to relax or get over a stressful moment, is I tend to focus on that stress even more. But if you keep your eyes open and you look around and maybe look specifically at whatever's going on, if it's the other person that you're having an issue with, or your child, you're in the store and they're acting up or whatever, or you're at work and you got a irate customer in your face, and you just stop, you breathe, you be aware, you look around what's going on, everything that's going on around you. It allows you to really take in everything and then be able to respond accordingly. And sometimes it's not necessary to respond. Sometimes you'll look and you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on, and then you move on. So being present is very important. Um, so being present, being grateful, having gratitude, and the third thing is compassion is my goal. Sometimes we, or once again, I'll speak for myself. I get to a place where sometimes I get frustrated with people who continually want to stay in their line of victimhood and want to complain all the time. And some people's phone calls I even ignore, because I know every time this person calls, it's drama, they're upset, something's getting on their nerves, and I don't want to hear it. And so sometimes in that get over it mindset, it can cause you or cause me to not be compassionate or to be cold to someone. And sometimes people just really need to vent, whatever it is. That doesn't mean they always have to come to you and vent. They could, talk to someone else, or maybe even talk to themselves, journal or whatever. But you as a person, be compassionate. Me as a person, be compassionate and listen. And it doesn't require that you always respond. And in that moment of being compassionate, I feel like it ties into being present, because like I said, with the instance where the other day where someone lashed out at me verbally, and instead of what I did was lash back out, had I reacted with compassion, had I been present in the moment and really heard what they were saying, really assessed how their behavior was and why they were acting and saying what they were saying, I could have then responded in a compassionate manner because I would have been present in the moment. So I think compassion is a big thing that we all need to work on, and compassion doesn't mean you have to take on the burdens of others, the frustrations of others, but just try to come from a place of understanding, or having an idea of why they're feeling the way they're feeling, and in your mind be like, okay, I understand why they're feeling that way. I understand their frustration, and then once again, if necessary, then give advice. If they're seeking advice, give it. If they're not seeking advice, don't give it. Just simply, I hear you. And that's enough. A lot of people just want to be heard and know that someone hears them and understands them. And it doesn't always require that you give your opinion or give your view on what they should do. I have a friend who I'll say we'll talk and I might vent a little bit, and then it always, well, I think, and I haven't corrected the person on that, but in my mind, I'm thinking when they're saying, well, I think you should, in my mind, I'm thinking, I didn't ask you what you think I should. I just, you asked about a situation. I told you about it in the story. I never said, well, what do you think? Now, it's different if someone does say, well, what do you think I should do? Then yes, that opens the door for your opinion, but it's not always necessary to give your opinion. So like I said, 2017, my goals, which have already started, my resolutions, which have already started, is compassion, being more compassionate, being present in each and every moment, being present in the now, and having gratitude and being grateful for the lessons of life, being grateful for everything that comes my way, and then also to know that I am a co-creator of my life, and that honestly your outlook on life really does determine how the rest of your life goes. And it doesn't mean that you won't have what are considered bumps or hiccups in the road. It just means that if you are understanding that each and every reaction, not reaction, but each and every action, each and everything that you do, and your thoughts that you have, and the way you're viewing things really does directly affect how the next moment is. So if you look at this moment right now as a negative moment, then of course the next moment will be a negative moment, or it will make it that much harder for it to become a positive moment. But if you choose to look at life in a positive way, or attempt to see the positivity in everything, um, not even a glass half full, but the fact that there's a glass there, the fact that there's some water in that glass, no matter how much water that's in that glass, it really will change your outlook on your life. And that's something that I truly believe, that's something that I truly resonate with, and something that I've already seen a difference in my life with. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that that information is finally really starting to click. And so I'm looking forward to 2017, and I'm looking forward to what's in store for myself. And what's in store for myself. And hopefully some of this information resonated with somebody. Definitely give me some feedback. Anything you have a question about or critique about, I will read them all, and I may make a second video and respond to those comments. All right, guys. Happy New Year's.